Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, salutations, and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe, in the sincere hopes of being delivered in these last days. Okay? Now, this is going to be a very, brief and straight to the point video. And as you've seen in the post-production, that video was taken from the DRAG festival or parade, whatever you want to call it. And that was held in, New York. And I believe you have, many other parades of that nature that are being conducted right now, in particularly, throughout the Western world. All right. And in that video, they were actually chanting, something along the lines of being here and being queer and coming for your children. All right. That's actually, the chant that they were chanting as they were parading down the streets. So they are clearly showing you that this agenda is no longer being hidden. Okay? The agenda is no longer being hidden. They are coming out boldly, okay? And they're telling you that they are coming for the children. And as we know, they've been showing up at nurseries, primary schools, so on and so forth. And they have been performing, abominable acts and great levels of perverseness, in front of these children. Okay? So again, it's of no surprise that they're now coming out on such a bold level because they have, the protection of the powers that be. All right? They have the protection. So they no longer have to hide their agenda. Now, I have this article here that was sent to me a few days ago, by one of the brothers. And this is taken from the dailymail.co.uk. And it reads, 4 kids aged between 5 and 10 taken into care after being found at a DRAG party with a DEAD TRANS woman's body on the floor, drugs and sex toys scattered throughout the order home. All right. Now, particular words, of course, I'm going to, omit and, pronounce in a different way. All right. Because these particular subjects are very sensitive concerning, the YouTube algorithm. All right. But, you get the picture. All right. You can see the article. You can see the title. All right. So what's happening, is a lot more sinister than you think concerning, these parades and concerning these people getting together and, going around to these nurseries and these schools. It's a lot more sinister than the mass majority of people think. There's actually, SRA abuse, as they call it, going on. Okay, there's sacrifices going on. Okay, why do you think there's so much children always going missing? Why do you think there's always talks and rumors, rising to the surface of these underground cities? Okay, and these chambers that they have where they actually hold, these victims. Okay, these things are actually happening. Okay, you have, the whole thing with the adrenochrome. Okay, that's real. All right, this ain't, no conspiracy theory. These things are actually real and they're being exposed on a daily basis. And, quite frankly, the evidence is overwhelming concerning, the activities that these people be getting up to. All right. Now, I don't even have to read this article. All right. We read the title. You see the title. And that's what it is. Okay. And this was, this is pure, perverse and, utterly satanic behavior that's going on upon the earth, man. Okay. Now, let's start off with Isaiah chapter 3, and I believe it's around the 9th verse. All right, because this is what's happening. This is Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 9, and it reads, "The show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves." All right, so as the scripture said, they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. All right, and that's exactly what you saw in that video. They actually weren't hiding, their sin. All right, they were declaring themselves as Sodom, and they were letting you know what the agenda is concerning, visiting, these nurseries and these schools, so on and so forth. Okay, that is the agenda. They're no longer hiding it. They're coming out and they're telling you boldly to your face what the agenda is concerning all of this perverse behavior and satanic behavior that's been going on. Okay, now let me read this same scripture in the NLT version. All right, let's read the same scripture in the NLT version. So it's Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 9 in the NLT, and it says, "The very look on their faces gives them away. They display their sin like the people of Sodom and don't even try to hide it. They are doomed. They have brought destruction upon themselves." All right, and that's exactly what's happened. All right, by living a lifestyle such as this, by being involved, in such activities and rituals, they have rewarded destruction unto themselves. Okay, and especially, our people, all right, you Israelites out there that are involved, in this lifestyle and are involved in that community, you're gonna have a serious righteous indignation, all right, judgment from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, all right, for affiliating yourself with this wickedness, all right. And the scriptures tell you, that the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Okay, our people have been seduced by the wicked and their ways. Okay, because this is not the ways, of Israel. All right, this is not the ways of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right, this is the ways of Esau Edom. This is the ways of the wicked that is currently, dominating the earth. Okay, and that's why they have that protection. All right, they have that demonic protection that allows them to do, and get away with these activities that they're doing. But we understand through the Spirit that it really goes back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and these necessary evils must play out before this kingdom, is ultimately destroyed and disseminated through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and the Spirit has it where, this stuff has been getting exposed on a daily basis. Okay, all kinds of information is coming out, concerning these devils. All right, especially the devils at the top. Okay, you got the president of Babylon, and his son. You have that situation. You just had a huge, basically a book, get released with all the evidences, all the photos, of all the wickedness that man was doing. Again, with the with the young ones. All right, so everything is being exposed out here, pursuant to Jeremiah 49 and 10. The Lord said he was going to make Esau bare and he would not be able to hide himself. That's happening. All right, that prophecy is playing out upon the face of the earth in these last days, man. Okay? And then if you speak out, against these things, they'll either strike your page, okay? They will cancel you. If you're someone notable in society and you speak out against these things, if you dare speak out, they will cancel you, man. All right, they will make sure that you don't have a platform to speak again. Okay, that's what the wicked are doing, and that's why it tells us in the book of Habakkuk that the law is slack and judgment doth never go forth. And it also says in let's get it right quick, Isaiah 59 and around the 15th verse. All right, let's read that right quick. It's Isaiah 15 and verse 59, and verse 15. It reads, "Yea, truth is gone." This is in the NLT. "And anyone who renounces evil is attacked. Okay, so yeah, truth is gone, and anyone who renounces evil is attacked. If you come against what they're doing, if you come against this wicked, evil agenda, you will be attacked. All right, and in the KJV, it says you are made a prey. Okay, you become the target. You become the one that's demonized in society for standing up for what's right. Okay, when it's not to be so. You're supposed to be rewarded, all right, for standing up for what's right. But in this kingdom, all right, it's the opposite, all right, which shows you that we're living in an upside down kingdom, all right. It shows you that the wicked are in charge. So it said the Lord looked and was displeased to find there was no justice, all right. And that goes hand in hand, with what I quoted in the book of Habakkuk, judgment doth never go forth, all right. Now, let's get, because we're going to close out soon, let's get the etymology. Well, first of all, let's get the scripture in Isaiah 19, and then we'll get the etymology of the word perverse. All right, so this is let's get Isaiah chapter 19, and I think it's around the 14th verse, 13th, 14th verse, right? 14th verse. So it's Isaiah 19 and verse 14, and it reads, "The Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit." All right. So again, bringing home the point, it's the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, that have mingled, all right, this perverse spirit in the midst thereof. Okay. Like I said, you have particular necessary evils that have to play out before Esau Edom can be judged. All right. And the Lord is allowing him to, fully run his course of wickedness before, he is put out. Okay. But all of these actions that he's doing, all of these things that he's pushing in society, it's being noted down in the spirit. Okay. It's being noted down in the spirit. And all of these charges are going to be held against him when he is finally sentenced upon the Lord's coming. Okay? So the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. All right? So there's a perverse spirit out here. There's a spirit of error. There's a spirit of wrongdoing. There's a spirit of wickedness in Esau Edom's kingdom. Okay, now let me get the etymology of the word perverse. It says late 14th century. It says wicked. Okay, so there's a wicked spirit in the midst thereof. Unnatural, degenerate, perverse, contrary, and directly from Latin perversus, turned away. Okay. So that's pretty much, the etymology, for the word perverse. So the key words here being unnatural, degenerate. Okay? Unnatural and degenerate. All right? And Esau's the king of, endorsing and putting a pedestal upon a spirit, an action that is unnatural and degenerate. Okay? And legitimizing it in his kingdom. Okay? Which reminds me of Romans 1. And around the 27th verse. All right. Let's get that right quick. And then we may close out. This is Romans chapter 1. We'll start from verse 6. Romans chapter 1 and verse 6. And it reads, "For this cause, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave them up to vile affections." All right. Now, when you, survey, the actions of these people and the things that they be doing, these are vile affections, all right? The reason they're doing this is because they got spirits on them, all right? They got left-hand spirits on them. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature, all right? Now, going back to the etymology of the word perverse, unnatural, degenerate, and perverse. Contrary, okay? So that's right there in the scriptures, all right? "For this cause, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave them up to vile affections, for even their women to change the natural use into that which is against nature." what they're doing is against nature. It's against the natural ordinances of what Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua has set up. Okay? Verse 27, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lusts one towards another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of the error which was met. Okay? And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Okay? So this is exactly, the same works that the heathen, are doing in these latter days. And also our people are doing the same thing, all right, that are joined hand, in their works. Okay? So this is why, as pursuing to Amos chapter 9 and verse 8, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and he shall destroy it from off of the face of the earth, man, because of all these wicked and abominable acts that are happening in Esau Edom's kingdom. Okay? Now, I'm going to cut it off there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. As I said, it's just, a brief, straight to the point video I wanted to briefly speak upon. All right? So, with that, I'll say shalom.